when you don't feel honored yourself. Come on, it's hard to honor anybody. And so Peter says, here's who you are. You are a chosen race. He says you're a royal priesthood. You are royalty. That's good news, you understand? You've been honored by God. You've been honored by the one whose opinion really matters. What does he say then? In light of that, verse 12, he says, keep your conduct among the Gentiles honorable. Because you know you're an honored person of God. You can't honor until you know you've been honored. And then he says, be subject. Be subject what? For the Lord's sake. To every institution among men. Okay, Peter, you obviously have not read the Declaration of Independence. Obviously, Peter is not an American because America is the land of rebellion. This is like our cultural mindset, our cultural mantra, 1776, baby. And so like in America, the S word is submission. It's almost like a dirty word. And we don't do this as Americans. You just don't do, you're Americans. Our motto was don't tread what? On me. And so Peter, I appreciate the sentiment, but we're Americans. No, we're Christians. Before we are Americans, we are Christians. And I think that we become better Americans when we are better Christians. I think that America gets blessed through Christians. We are in this world as American citizens, and yes, we live in this country, but we live with a higher authority that calls us to live with respect for our cultural authority figures. So how do I do that? You do this by remembering authority as sent by God for the common good. So be subject to the Lord's sake to every human institution as sent by him. They are sent by God. You say that's hard to believe. I'm not telling you that they are Christians. I'm telling you that they are in that place by God's design. And we will never truly respect them until we get this in our hearts. Even horrible dictators are in position to operate according to God's purposes. You say, now that's going too far, Pastor. I want to prove it to you. When our country in 2003 decided to remove Saddam Hussein, a wicked, vicious dictator from Iraq, what we got in return was far worse. And so sometimes we have to see like governments that are even evil in themselves are actually in place to restrain worse evil that is under them. You see, because the scriptures make it clear that the heart of man is desperately wicked and sick. The heart of man is completely corrupted, and human beings need restraint, and sometimes even evil restrainers do the job for God to just keep the peace. There's a brokenness in the human heart that is beyond repair. Only God can change the human heart. It's easy to criticize authority when you're not in authority. Again, it's like the American deal here. We just think it's, yeah, we know better than them. Well, the president should really do it. Like his advisors have never thought of that. And you gotta understand, Christians now, our government, you realize that they have to watch out for the well-being of both Christians and non-Christians? That's very hard. Just getting Christians to agree about something is hard. And if Christians are always the ones going, yeah, the world looks at us and says, why do I want to be a part of a bunch of complainers? It's easy to criticize authority when you're not an authority. Give them some slack. Remember that no ruler can overrule God. So I can absolutely submit to the authorities in my life as long as they, of course, don't challenge me to break my Christian values. Of course not. But I can submit to the authority figures that I don't like, even when I don't agree with most of what they say, because I know that over their authority is God, and he loves me. So even if my boss or my principal or my administrator or manager, even if they hate me, I know over their authority is a God in heaven who loves me, and his love can circle around them and get to me.